This conference will now be recorded.
Hi, guys. Good morning. I hope you are able to hear me. Can anyone please confirm?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So, in the demo, we discussed about what we are going to cover as part of this, as part of data engineering. So, we are going to talk about completely Azure related services. Okay. So, here, basically, why people are moving towards to the Azure. Even in the demo session, I talked about it. In order to reduce the cost, we are moving towards to the Azure. So not only that, we are having many services, 200 plus services are available from the Microsoft Azure in order to get the solution. So if you want to provide the solution for your big data, we can go and use the Microsoft Azure services. Or if you want to go for a databases or virtual machines or any kind of services, if you require, you can take it from the Microsoft Azure. So as we are talking about Azure data engineering, we have to understand two things. The two things here is, one is data storage, the second is data processing. There's two things you need to understand. One is data storage and another thing is data processing. These two are the main responsibilities that we are going to do as part of the data engineering. So why we need to do processing? Because the reporting team, the data analyst team is going to be dependent on data engineers. I mean to say, um, data engineering team. They're going to be dependent on it. So we have to provide the data to the downstream systems. So whatever the downstream we are having, we have to provide the data. So we are responsible. Okay, so as we discussed, the data is going to be generated by using the different applications and different missions. So data is getting increased like anything day by day. So if you want to take a decision to expand your business, if you want to take the decision to expand your business, then 100% is we need to have the insights on top of your business. I am running a business. I wanted to expand my business to the different locations and different products. So across the different products or across the different regions, if I wanted to expand it, first I need to have the information. If I have the information, then I can take a perfect step to go in the business, to grow in the business. So in order to do this, first I need to save the data, because when you collect the data from the different places, the data should be in a raw format. So we need to collect the data, we need to collect the data and we need to save it. Okay, so storage is important for us and processing is very important for us. So what are the different services are there for storage and what are the different services are there for processing? There are many services are there. The way we are having mobiles in the market, the same way For big data processing, there are many services in the market. The best services in the market, I always say Microsoft Azure services, and they are very much user friendly. We don't require to write the code. Without writing the code, we can save the data as per the business requirement. And the cost of the services is very, very less. Okay, so storage, we are going to talk about it. Okay, so in order to understand the storage, what services are there, in order to process it, what services are there. So when you go for storage, we have a few services. Okay, so before going to say what they are, I wanted to say the different types of the cloud platforms. Different types of cloud platforms. One is public cloud. Just for understanding, okay, so there will be no use of this private cloud, but we need to understand how exactly it is there. And third is hybrid cloud. So three different types of cloud platforms we are having in the market. So why we are going towards to this is to reduce the cost. If it is a on-prem, everything you have to take care. If I wanted to run the business, 100% is I need to have a service, I need to have a operating system, or I need to have a storages. Okay, for any business to run it, servers are required, storage is required, and in order to set up all these things, then infra team is required, and we need to have a security also, because you're running the retail business, or you're running any business. Okay, so you're collecting the customer details. So customer details are sensitive details. Okay, so we have to store them securely. When the data is in sleeping mode, we have to provide the security. When the data is there in the transition mode, even that time also you have to provide the security. That means in the data storage we have to provide it, and in the data processing also you have to provide the security. So security is very, very important. Okay, so these things are the minimum things that I wanted to say in order to start any business. But having infrastructure from in your premises is going to be more cost. That means you have to do before starting the business, before launching your business to the public, then definitely first you need to invest it. You have to invest without having any profit. Okay, so that is going to be much difficult for many companies which are startup. If you take a Flipkart, um, like 10 years back, it was just startup company only. Okay, so many companies, whatever the companies now you're hearing very famous, they're once upon a time they're just startup companies. So at the time of startup, you're not having huge budget to invest it. Okay, so now the people, instead of investing, they're thinking about the different approach to have this, because instead of having the servers in my premises, I'll go to the different cloud platform. There are many people are there to provide the services for us if you want to run the business, and you can take the infrastructure from there, or you can take the services from there and bring it, design the application. Once everything is ready, then you can keep it in the production. That means we don't require to go for initial investment when you go for the cloud. When you go for on-prem, 100% you have to invest it. If you go for cloud, we don't require to invest it. So that is the main theme of why people are going towards to the cloud. Now we have three different clouds here. Why three different clouds are there? Public cloud is there, private cloud is there, and hybrid cloud. Before public cloud, there was a private cloud in the market. Okay, instead of having your own infrastructure, you can depend on the third party The third party will provide the services to you, and they will take the license, or they will take the price. Okay, so but this private cloud will not give the cloud, or they will not give the resources to everyone. They will give the resources to the target people, the target customers. Only for the companies they are going to give it, not for any individual. Okay, so if they are providing the service, then they are going to give their infrastructure. Let's take if you take a TCS, they will be having their own data center, but they don't give the data center for everyone. The persons who are taking services from them, for them they are going to give a data center. But again, to take the services from here, you have to pay the incel. You have to take storage, means if you need some storage, or if you need a servers, you have to take the you have to pay the amount first, initial investment only here also. Or it depends on the service level agreement. So you may have a initial payment, or in the middle of the payment, or depends on their agreement. But the cost also here is huge. But when you compare with on-prem, it is a less. They will be having everything. They will take care about it, run and maintenance of the servers, providing the physical security, setting up, all the things will be taken care by themselves, and they will provide it. So that is a private cloud, but this will be suitable for only the companies, not for everyone. And here also the problem here they identified is, if you take a license from here from the TCS, I'm just taking an example, you have to pay for 1 year base, yearly base. The license will be 1 year, 2 years, depends. Not like one day, not like 1 month, something like that. And when you take a server from here, if you use the server or not, they are going to charge. The price will be fixed. The price will be fixed for year. Okay, how much research you can do it. Okay, if the server is down, if the huge demand, then definitely server goes down. If the server goes down, the business impacts to you only, not for third party. So if you want to increase the compute power, then you have to take a few more servers from the TCS. So it's a more cost, even in this particular place also, because this is the place the public cloud vendors identified the gap. If you can provide the service, pay as you go. If you use for 1 hour, pay for 1 hour. If you use for 1 month, pay for 1 month. Okay, so that kind of service if we can provide, then we can acquire the market, and that is the place we are having a public cloud. So public cloud is not only for the companies, public cloud is for individual also, for everyone. Public cloud will be for everyone. If I wanted to increase the compute power in the private cloud, you have to connect with the third party. You have to check with them. You have to request them to add the compute. So depends on the requirement, depends on the approvals. They are going to add it. It takes a time taking, but when you go for public cloud, the public cloud provides the provision to increase the compute power when there is a huge demand, and we have a provision to reduce the compute power when there is a less demand. So this kind of things we can do it only in the public cloud. And I experienced one of the situation, and I'll take you through. So where exactly I have come across to reduce the cost and to increase the cost. To reduce the cost and increase the cost, I'm going to tell you. Okay, so public cloud we are going to take it. So example for this public cloud is, we have Azure, we have AWS, Amazon Web Services, and we have GCP, Google Cloud Platform, Alibaba. There are many people out there. Okay, so there are many cloud vendors are available, but the topmost is these three. The top three is this Azure, AWS, and GCP. And all this public cloud is going to provide the services depends on the requirement. Okay, so I some people some person wants to, like, let's say for example, um, let me take that. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I'll take that particular place. One minute. I'm just coming to that image. Now, if you can see here, I wanted to take the services from the cloud. I wanted to take the services from the cloud. There are 200 plus services are available in the Microsoft. Like this, in Amazon, there will be their services. In GCP, they will be having their services. But all are public clouds. So I wanted to take the service from here. When I'm taking the service, depends on the requirement I have to take the service. I cannot go and take all the services, or I cannot take whatever is there. So depends on your requirement, we need to take the service. So they categorized all the services into three categories. One is infrastructure as a service, and second is platform as a service, and third software as a service. So I have a requirement. Let's say for example, I'm having a database. Let's say for example, this database is Oracle database, and okay, I have a SAP HANA database or SAP stuff. I'm having it. Apart from that, there will be some applications. Let's say Java application is there. Like this, I have a different applications. I don't want to go for migrating from Oracle database to SQL Server. Okay, from Java to some other .NET application. I don't want to move it. So my requirement is, I'm not in a position to invest. I'm not in a position to invest for my infrastructure. I don't want to stay in the private cloud because their license cost is per year based. So I don't want to stay there. Okay, and even I don't have my own premises, or I don't want to stay with the private cloud. I wanted to come out of that. I wanted to reduce the cost. So if this is the case, then you can look into the public cloud. So in public cloud also you can have the same thing. You can have the same thing here. You can have the same thing here also. So if you want to lift and shift your entire process as it is without doing any changes, I wanted to lift and shift my entire process into the cloud. If you want to go for lift and shift, if you wanted to lift and shift this entire thing to the cloud, then we are going to take the service called IaaS. So IaaS services we are going to take it. So why we are going to take this IaaS? For lift and shift. Only I need infrastructure. I don't need your softwares. I don't need your let's say if you're taking Azure, I don't need your Microsoft softwares. Or if you're going to the Amazon, then I don't need your services of I don't need the services of Amazon because I have my own softwares. I'm already using them. But only thing is give your infrastructure, give your storage, give your security, give your data centers. I don't want to I don't want to take the softwares, only infrastructure. So this is the case if you want to lift and shift your entire process without doing any changes, then you can go for IaaS. That is what I'm having here, infrastructure as a service. If it is a on-prem, everything that you need to handle it, everything you need to take care about it. If it is a IaaS, you have to manage it. Everything you manage. If it is a on-prem, so networking, storage, servers. So since we are having multiple developers or multiple employees, then we need to go for virtualizations. Okay, so on top of it, you will be having operating systems, middleware, runtime, whatnot. Everything you have to take care. Even physical security, you have to take care. Cooling system, you have to take care. So that you have to take care from your side if it is an on-prem. So to reduce the cost here, we are moving towards to the cloud. So if you want to lift and shift your services or lift and shift your project as it is without doing changes, then you can go for infrastructure as a service. So they are going to provide everything. Whatever the operating system you are using in your current platform, the same operating system you can use it. Whatever the applications you are using in your current system, the same applications you can take it. Whatever the data storages you are using for current application, we can use the same thing here. So that is the infrastructure as a service. And there are some people, okay, so let's say for example, I have a SQL server because Microsoft also having their own services, SQL server, or you can take some services. They have a ETL project. Not only this ETL project, not only here, you can take any ETL project in the market. And we have, just imagine I have a Hadoop projects, big data solutions. The big data solutions also I'm having it. I wanted to move towards to the cloud. I wanted to move towards to the cloud. But I don't need your infrastructure. I don't want to take infrastructure. I don't want to lift and shift. If my requirement is lift and shift, then I can go for IaaS. If my requirement is not for lift and shift, then why I need to go for this? Still, I wanted to reduce the cost. Still, I wanted to reduce the cost. If I go for infrastructure, the cost will be more. Okay, but if you go for the platform as a service, I need only your platform. I don't need your infrastructure. Of course, behind the thing, you will be having a platform. Okay, sorry, behind the scene, you will be having infrastructure. But not only infrastructure, I wanted to take your platform. I wanted to migrate. I wanted to redesign this. This is an on-prem SQL server. So I'm going to bring this SQL server into this place. Then we can say this Azure SQL server. I'm just saying example. It's Azure SQL server. Here also I can take the ETL projects. I can also bring the big data solutions with different services. So here I wanted to migrate it. So here not like different shift. I wanted to say pass here platform as a service to redesign. We have to redesign the process. So if we can redesign the process, what happens is the cost is going to reduce like anything. And the performance also is going to increase. Most of our data engineering services is going to be part of the PaaS, platform as a service. If you take a data factory from Azure, it's a PaaS service. If I'm taking ADLS, Azure Data Lake Storage, it's a PaaS service. So when you go for platform as a service, we don't care what type of operating system they are using. We don't care how they install the software. We don't know it. But when you go for IaaS, you have to install your software. You have to take care about the operating system. But when you go here, we are not going to take care even about operating system. So everything will be taken care by themselves. We are going to take care about only application and data. Okay, because they are going to give a platform to you. Azure Databricks, ADB, is a platform as a service. Azure Data Factory, platform as a service. Azure SQL Server. There are many services out there. So most of our Azure data engineering services fall under platform as a service. Most of the services. If you ask me, I can say 100% of the services which are related to Azure data engineering services fall under platform as a service. Apart from that, there is a software as a service. So software as a service means here I don't want to go for design. The purpose of the software as a service is different. Let's take an example, Gmail. Are you creating any platform for that? No, we're just using it. Google Drive or OneDrive, we're just using it. SharePoint, most of if you are working, you're definitely are going to be aware of SharePoint. It's for storage, right? So SharePoint also is not going to be platform, it's not going to be infrastructure. That is already available, you can use it directly. So Microsoft recently launched Fabric, Microsoft Fabric. Microsoft Fabric is a software as a service, not a platform. They have given a software. They have given software as a service. Power based service is a software as a service. So like that, there are many things are there. So we are not going to take care anything. Everything is going to be managed by cloud vendors. So since we are talking about Microsoft here, all these things will be managed by Microsoft, and platform as a service, this part will be managed by Microsoft, and this part will be managed by you. And when it is infrastructure as a service, this part will be managed by Microsoft and this part will be managed by you. So 50-50. When you go for on-prem, everything will be managed by you. So cost is going to reduce when you travel towards to the right side. But do not think that we can get the solution for big data by using software as a service. It's very difficult, not even possible. But maybe there is a Microsoft Fabric is there, but there are very many limitations are there. It's because it's just kid, just born baby. Okay, so it takes some time to get more on this Microsoft Fabric. But basically, we are going to take platform as a services only. Any question as of now?
Yes, can you please explain one-time platform as a service?
Your voice is breaking.
Can you please explain again a platform as a service?
Okay. So
And
platform as a service.
software as a service. Now you are saying that software as a service is a baby that we cannot act. I mean, we
I
cannot
mean to
go with
say,
that.
I mean to say, for big
Mhm.
data solutions, we have only from the Microsoft we have a PaaS services like ADF, ADB, Synapse. Okay, these are all the PaaS services for big data solutions. What Microsoft is researching and make it generally available. Same for big data solutions. From Microsoft, we have a SaaS service that is Fabric. Okay, it was just introduced 6 months ago. It's in the starting stage. People are not even using. Projects are not yet started. Okay. So whatever we are doing here, they are trying to bring that into the software as a service also. But there, I feel many limitations are there. Okay, so that is what I just wanted to say. This is a software as a service. We don't require to create any platform. We don't require to install anything. We can straight away we can use the way you are using the Gmail account or the way you are using the drive, Google Drive. Okay, the purpose of this drive is what? To store. The purpose of this Fabric is what? To provide the solution for your big data. But there are many limitations. These are all already proven services. Okay, so concentrate on this only. Do not go for this Fabric. Got my point, right?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, in the future we may
Mm.
get many things, but at this point of time, do not go for this. Concentrate on only platform as a services. Now, if I wanted to take the service from any Azure, I wanted to take the services from here. To take the services from here, definitely we need to have account. Account is required. If you don't have an account, then you cannot connect. Account is required. Then you can take the services from here. So the process of taking the services from here, we can call it as a cloud computing. If I need a infrastructure services, I can take the infrastructure as a services. If I need platform as a services, then I can take the platform as a services. If I need any software as a services as per my business requirement, I can take the platform software as a services also. But only thing is you need to have an account. If you have an account, then you can do it. If you don't have the account, then you cannot do it. Now, how you can how you can take the services from here is there is a portal Microsoft portal.azure.com. There is a portal.azure.com. So from the portal.azure.com, mostly we are going to take PaaS and IaaS services. So software as a services we can take directly out of this boundary. Okay, so from the portal we are going to take PaaS services and IaaS services. So you need to log into this particular place. Then you can have the services and you can have the services and you can take the whatever the services you require. Now to log into this portal, you need to have an account. If you don't have the account, then you cannot do it. So how we can create a account here is, I recommend you can create a Outlook account. The first step is create Microsoft Outlook account. Outlook or Hotmail, anything is fine. Of course, you can use Gmail also, but I go with Outlook account because there will be many options will be there. Easiest option because that is Microsoft account. And the second is use Outlook account to log in portal, Azure portal. The third step is create subscription. Okay, so I'll take you through this, but do not create a subscription at this point of time. Okay, so after day after tomorrow, you can start creating it because from the beginning, start doing the practice. So whatever I'm doing, you have to do the same thing. Okay, so we need to have a subscription, and this subscription is going to be available for only 1 month, and after that it is not going to work, and you have to go for pay as you go, or you have to create one more free trial subscription. Okay, so forget about what is subscription and what different types of subscriptions are there, how we can have it. I'll take you through that. Let me create first Outlook account. So in order to create a Outlook account, let's go for outlook.live.com. In order to create a Outlook account, you just go to outlook.live.com. So once you come to here, then there is a option create free account. Create free account. So here you can see when you try to create a Microsoft account, this is a Microsoft account. We have a Hotmail and we have a Outlook. Anything you can take it. So I'm taking here, let's say 0207. I'm just taking some account name. I have taken at outlook.com. Let's hit on next. Then it is asking a password here. Just provide the password and remember that and hit on next. I'm just giving my first name and last name. Let's say next. Then it is asking month. You can take anything. I'm just taking randomly. Let's say next. Let's say next. So make this puzzle. Let's submit. You have to match both of them. Let's say yes. Now your Outlook account is created. Once your Outlook account is created, then what is the next step we are having? The next step is we need to use the same Outlook account to log into the portal. Let's open one more tab here. I'm taking portal.azure.com. So in order to log into the portal, we are going to use portal.azure.com. Now what is the email ID we have taken here? The same email ID I'm taking it. At outlook.com. Let's say next. I think what is the email ID it is? It is not yet continued. There may be some spelling mistake. Let's go here now. Now I'm there inside the portal. Okay, to take the services. There are this is a home. Okay, so in the portal you'll be having this is the account details. You're going to have it, and if you come to here, this is the portal menu. We can say this is a portal menu. You can have all the options here and frequently used services. And if you can go to the services, all services, then you can see list of services. What are the list of services they're providing? They categorized with the different categories. AI and machine learning services, analytics services, compute services, containers, databases, DevOps, integration, migration services. There are plenty of the services. These are all the services only. Storage services, security related services. So whatever the service you require, you can take it. So when it comes to us, Azure Databricks, here we have a service. You can see big data processing services and data factories, HD Insights, Gen 1, Data Lake Analytics, analysis services. These are all the big data processing services. So as part of our sessions, we are going to see Azure Databricks and Azure Data Factory. Of course, the storages. And if I need a compute, that means infrastructure. You can see here, infrastructure as a service. These are all the infrastructure related services. So it depends on your requirement, you can take it. If I need a databases, Azure SQL databases, Cosmos databases, that means this is also from Microsoft. Open source databases like MariaDB, MySQL, PostgreSQL, these are all open source databases. Hybrid databases and additional services we are having it. And DevOps services, and if you go to the storage, so we have a storage services. If you need a disk storage, additional disk storage accounts, then we can go for storage services. So depends on your requirement, you can go for your services. Whatever the service you require, you can go for that. Now if I wanted to take any service from here, if I wanted to take any service from the Microsoft Azure, then we need to have a subscription. Without subscription, you cannot take any service from here. Why we need to have a subscription? Because you have to pay amount to the Microsoft. You need to pay the license, right? Pay as you go. So if we use for 1 hour, then you have to pay for 1 hour for whatever you have used. For that you are going to pay it. So because of that reason, how much bill you are getting, the bill or the consumption is going to be decided by subscription. Depends on the subscription only, it is going to be decided. So 100% subscription is required. There are two different types of subscriptions. One is free trial subscription, and second is paid subscription. And free trial subscription is going to have like 1 month free or $200. So in our currency, it will be more or less 11,000. Okay, if 1 month is completed, then your free trial will be completed. If you have created a free trial account, and if 1 month is completed, then your trial will be completed. You cannot use the services. Only free services only can use it. Paid services you cannot use it. They're not going to allow you to use. Or if $200 are completed, in that case also you cannot use, your free trial will be completed. I have created free trial, they have given this credits, Microsoft will give this $200 credit. If credit is completed, then you cannot take the service. These credits may be complete in 1 day or maybe complete in 10 days. If it is completed within the less than your month, then your free trial will be completed. And if you carefully use these credits for 1 month, that is good. Okay, so more enough, you can do however you wanted to do the practice, you can do it. For 1 month you can have all the services. Now if I wanted to have a subscription, either free trial subscription or paid subscription, 100% is you need to have a credit card. And for few banks even we can use debit card also. If Microsoft is allowing to create a subscription by using the debit card, then go with the debit cards. If Microsoft is not allowing your debit card to create a free trial or subscription, then go with the credit card. And again, not every bank credit card, they have a specified banks. Okay, so that I don't have any list for that to say. Try your subscription. Try to create a subscription with available credit card. Okay, and if it is not allowing, then try to create with debit card. Okay, so I'm sure about HDFC and ICICI because I used a debit card and credit cards for them, but I'm not aware of other banks and other countries, other regions. So try for doing this with your credit card. Okay, so do not create multiple accounts parallelly. Create with credit card one account. Once 1 month is completed, if you have a debit card, try to create a one more account, one more free trial account with your debit card. Follow all the steps, whatever the steps you have. Then this 2 months is more enough to practice your Azure data engineering services. So in order to create a free trial account, so what you have to do is, if you go and try to take the services from here, you can see here, start with an Azure free trial, get 200 free credit towards to the Azure products and services. Let's hit on start. When I start, it is going to ask you to provide details. Go with first start free. One time only the credit card will be allowed, one time only debit card will be allowed. You cannot use multiple times. That is a prerequisite. So in Indian rupees, it is going to give 1300, 13,300 rupees. So you can provide all these details, and you can provide the phone number, and it has to be identified, because not for every person. Once it is identified, once it is validated, then provide these details also. PAN is optional, and company name, and select the state PIN code. And once you go to the next, it will ask you to provide the payment details. Okay, so you can do it. It is not much difficult. You can handle it. And in the payment details, we are going to provide bank details. I mean, it's a credit card number, name on the credit card, when it is expired, and CVV code. Okay, so for free trial also, you need to provide all these details. But they don't deduct any amount for the free trial. Even if the trial is completed also, they don't deduct anything. Once your free trial is completed, once free trial is completed, then you are going to get a mail. You will get one mail. If you can approve it, if you can accept, if you accept pay as you go, then from then your subscription will be treated as paid subscription. Got my point, right? So until unless you accept it, your free trial will never convert into the paid. So they don't convert automatically. Based on your interest, they will convert it. Okay, so that is one thing. Okay, so if you have your service, like if you have a paid subscription, I have a only paid subscription because I already completed my free trials and all. Even if you have a paid subscription, if you carefully practice, max to max you will get 2000 to 3000. If you practice every day, 1 hour or 2 hours. Okay, so if you, and this in this place also, you have to carefully, you have to use the services. We cannot keep the services. If you keep the services as it is, you will get up to 5000 to 10,000. It may go for more than that also, because I'm explaining the classes, right? Sometimes I need to keep the services as it is to save the time. Every time I cannot go and create a services. So if I keep the services as it is, then the price will be more for me. For you, it will not get much more price. Once you practice, I'll tell you how you can handle it in order to reduce the cost for practicing. So I'm already having paid subscription, something like this. You can have all the services. I'll take you through how exactly we're going to have it, and you can create a whatever the service you wanted to take it, you can create. And tomorrow I'm going to take you through, like what is the structure of this Azure. You're having an account here, that is fine. You're having a account. So once you have an account, how exactly the structure are there, how you can take the services. Okay, so that hierarchy of the Azure, I'm going to talk about them on tomorrow's session, and then we are going to start talking about storages. Okay, so storage services we are going to see in the initially, and then we are going to talk about the processing services. So I'm stopping here. If you have any question, you can ask me. Any question, guys?
So just to recap, first to try with debit card and then the credit card, right?
Anything is fine,
Okay.
because they don't charge.
Okay.
Yeah, Risika, do you have any question? Okay, then if you're not having any question, we'll see you on tomorrow. If you need more details, you can keep in touch with Career IT team. Thank you for joining.